Let's attempt to transform these shitty brown egg box doors, which just make my count's house look tragic, into something less depressing, without, just setting fire to it and calling it a day. No, I did hope a lick of paint would salvage these doors. Turns out I was wrong. But apparently cheap wood trim from B&Q will turn anything from cheap and easy into something classy enough where you're going to be buying them dinner first. So before we start our glorified gluing and sticking project, you need to measure your door. No, I hate to be one of those girls that's all about size, but in this case, it really does matter. After all, we don't want anything getting in the way of the door handles, but we also don't want anything so small and narrow it's kind of like a hot dog in the corridor situation. For me, I found a good 6 inches to be the magic number, but everyone has their preference. Now, like all my DIY projects, they're never well thought out, mainly because I just dive in balls deep and deal with the consequences later, which meant I cut the 2 shorter sides of my wood first, which didn't leave enough for the longer lengths, meaning my perfect 6 inches got an extra 2 centimeters. Could be worse, I suppose. But basically, make sure you cut a longer and shorter side of your trim per stick, or be prepared to adapt your final design. Now, I opted to start at the top of my door for 2 reasons. First, it didn't involve lying on the floor, and secondly, in my mind, if it all f***ed up when I got to the bottom, it would be less noticeable. And because most of my DIY disasters are easily avoidable with some forward planning, I've measured and drew a guideline with my spirit level so I know exactly where to glue the first piece of wood. Also, this glue's a pain in the ass to clean up, so try not to smear it everywhere. And don't forget to keep checking your wood trim is level, because this is one of the few times having trust issues is actually your friend. Now, unless your count's house really hates you, your doors should be relatively flat, meaning you don't need to caulk around the edges, so just slap it on where the corners join. And using soapy water, I've gone for the smearing approach, which basically means just smearing it around until it looks somewhat seamless. Now, you should really let your caulk dry before painting, but I decided to see if anything bad would happen if I didn't. After all, it's only a tiny bit in each corner. And to keep in tune with today's lazy DIY, I've gone for some leftover chalk paint, because that way I don't have to do any priming. And just like that, we've gone from tragic brown count's house doors to somewhat worthy of an Instagram photo. So don't forget to like and follow for more budget home renovation videos.